Okay, part 3 of iPad surgery. And the doctor is in. Just kidding. Okay, that's weird. All right. So, part 3 is we are now going to put the iPad back together. So, a couple things is I want to look at my adhesive packs here at this point. So, this is for the frame. I love how I fix it in these repair places that you buy these kits. They actually will put you these, you don't have to make your own adhesive out of the rolls. So we use these rolls, we have different sizes of these adhesive rolls, but I love that Apple has a kit that it looks exactly, and I know where these go, like where these go, where these go. It just, it's wonderful. I really can't say more about that. That's really a great way to do the adhesive. Now, if you don't buy the kit, then you will have to essentially use different sizes of adhesive, and you would then have to cut it all to size. And trust me, I've had to do that. It is not fun, and it is takes a lot more time. So what we're gonna start with is the new battery. Here it is. Okay, and I'm gonna be putting it back into the device. So let me get you back sorted over there. All right. So here we go. Okay, so one thing is this side, this blue side is gonna go up, and then this side is gonna go down. So what I do is pull that off, and then because you have adhesive, just kind of be careful here. There's really only one way this can fit. Ooh. And so what I would say is, there's a cable, so be careful of that. And then once you have it in place, you can kind of rub it down like that. And you can pull this piece off. Okay. And I just kind of gently adhere this all down in place. Okay, now one thing to remember here, this is one thing I think you should most certainly remember, is you have put in now a new battery. The old battery was dead. This battery has a charge. It's gonna have come with a charge. And so when we put this motherboard back down, we need to be really careful that we do not allow the battery to essentially, you see this here, we want to put, in this case, I'm going to do this again. And then that way, when I put this back down, and I connect all the cables that need to be connected, before, you want to do this before you connect the battery back. You never, ever, ever want to work on the motherboard without the battery, with the battery being connected. Okay, guys? In the last video, I told you a story of me, we call it getting bit by a power supply of an iMac. It was not pleasant. My arm did hurt for the rest of the day. But if we had not had other kind of precautions in place, we have grounding mats and different things like that, and that electricity had gone across my heart instead of through my feet, it could have killed me. So it sounds very, as hopefully you're watching this, Miss Tahira, but it sounds dramatic, but she's Jamaican and she says dramatic, very dramatic. So so it sounds dramatic, but guys, seriously, when I was teaching, I taught at an engineering college for many years. In the first days, all we talked about was safety. We talked about how important it was to be safe, to wear the proper safety gear, the PPE that you need. And it really is an important piece of doing any kind of electrical repair. I have a friend who, shout out to Mr. Z Handyman, he can tell you as well the importance of making sure that you are wearing proper PPE and being incredibly safe when you're working. Okay, so I know, oh, I don't want to put that back in. There's this like one little connector right there that I need to like get over. It's one of those like Lego style connectors. You know what? There we go. You go there, little guy. Putting things back where they belong is not always easy. Okay, so I've got that one in place. There's this guy. And I just kind of do it one by one, making sure I have it. So you hear those snaps. Where's my little plastic? There it is. You just have to make sure that all of the connectors are out. There we go. Oh, there we go. So this is a really important step, because let me tell you why. Because once I put this thing back together, and what we will do is we won't put the screen, like we'll connect the screen, but we won't adhere it on first. We'll make sure that everything works properly before we adhere the screen down. But essentially you want to really make sure everything's where it belongs, because once I put this back together, it's another, you saw how long it took me to get in here. We're going on now an hour and a half of this repair, but it would most certainly take another like less experienced technician longer. We don't want to have to go back another hour and a half to say, well, this isn't working. It's because something isn't plugged in correctly. This little connector is giving me a little bit of difficulty. It has no leeway, has no give. So what I'm going to do is, I'm still getting close to the battery, but then make sure it's still not connected. Once again, aha, that's all it needed, a little slack. And I do like to come along and just verify that these are in place. This is just a personal preference, because once again, once I close this up, that's that. All right, this, if the adhesive is not sticky still, which it usually is, these adhesives for like Wi-Fi cables, they're usually fairly sticky. Make sure that your cable is routed correctly. Okay, let me see who that is. We're gonna I'm gonna let that go to voicemail since I'm in the middle of laptop surgery. My apologies, but we are so close here, and we really, this needs to go back to the customer. This customer is an awesome customer of ours. We just love him around here, and he owns a business. And if you, shout out to LaBelle Bakery, if you are in the Denver area, most certainly go check them out, because their French bread, their croissants, their pretty much everything is phenomenal. They make an Oreo croissant. It's kind of like it's a special thing that they make. Okay. And it's literally to die for. So, well, not literally. Figuratively. Okay, just kidding. All right. Let me get serious face. All right, here we go. As I'm working on the Wi-Fi cables that I absolutely despise. Okay, no. These things are tiny and they suck, just FYI. Okay, before I do anything, I need to make sure that battery is not plugged in. Hallelujah. Okay, they're in. Now I'm going to put these Wi-Fi channels back on. I don't know how these were. How were these? I don't know. I'm just going to put them back on where they look good. And, where's the adhesive? It's there. Okay, so they go like that. That is like a tiny bit of adhesive. Okay, so then the channel just keeps it in place. Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. Whoop, whoop. Okay, everything is back connected. We are now going to connect the battery. And I'm going to go ahead and drop a screw there. Oh, it's not, everything is not connected. Just kidding. Put that back. The camera is missing. It's right here. Okay, camera. I want to get that exactly where it belongs. And boom, shakalaka. So once again, everything's got to go exactly where it belongs, especially in an iPad. Okay, let me check this time, make sure there's nothing. That's all the metal pieces we'll put on last. We can go ahead and put this piece on actually. Let me see how this, so that wire goes there. If you are new to repairing anything, you need to start by taking pictures. If you are unsure, or if you think this repair is going to take you some amount of time to complete, go ahead and take a picture of what it looks like inside so that you can actually, let's see, I've got 3 screws. It's these 3. That's the little battery screw. Take a picture so that you can reference it. When I still do this on computers that we don't see often. I will take pictures. Sometimes I'll just take a video of myself taking it apart so I can go back and review, because not every model of computer, these screws are tiny. Not every model of computer is going to have a video online. Guys, these are some really, really tiny screws and they're making my life a little miserable. Let's try this one. Okay. Yeah, all right, success. Okay, also when you're tightening screws, one thing to remember is you do not need to wail on these things. Oh my gosh, I just dropped a tiny screw. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. That is like, wow. Okay, can you guys see me down here? Looking for this tiny screw. Yeah, okay. I'll have to go get my magnetic broom and see if I can find it. Until then, I'm gonna just use a different one of the other ones, and that way I'll come back and find. Oh, this one didn't work. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. These tiny little screws are sucky. All right. There we go. Okay. There's that. I need one more. All right. Actually, I'm unsure. I'm just unsure if it gets a long screw or a short screw. They're all the same size, but that gets a long screw. Okay. You don't need to tighten them down. You can just tighten until they're tight. Okay. All right. Battery is going back in place. Alrighty. And I know that this gets a screw here. So we're going to screw down the battery. That's not the right screw. All right. Longer, thicker screw. I should have been more careful about labeling, just FYI. There we go. Just turn till it doesn't turn anymore. Okay. No. Guys, I'm such a goober. At least I know which screw goes here. Let's do this one more time. I need to pick this back up because I cannot plug the screen in. I can't plug the screen in with the battery connected. So at least I know that that screw goes with the battery. So let's do boota, boota, boota. Okay, all right. Let's get our screen back. Our very carefully done screen. Okay, a lot of phone calls, people. I know we're open, but give me 1 second. So if you're calling me, just hold, please. Okay. Screen. Okay, now everything is connected. Before we do anything, I'm just tempted to do the whole tape thing again, but since I know what screw goes where, I'm just gonna do this. And I'm gonna put this screw back in. While holding. Okay. I'm going to put that a little to the side. And here we go, people. Here we go. Boom! Okay. Boom! I did it. I did it. I did it. Did it. Okay. All right. I feel like Dory and they're like, no eating here tonight. All right. No eating. Okay. Enough silliness. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. Look. That's right, people. That is right. I'm very excited. This is on. Okay, I got to get to work where all my other customers have been calling. I got to call them back, make sure they're getting all the things that they need. I'm just so excited, as you can tell. All right. I did it. I did it. I did it. Did it. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for watching my 3-part video on replacing an iPad battery. If you need help doing this, now I think I can safely say that I feel comfortable helping with iPads. So please do not hesitate to give us a call. We're PC Answers. We're in Littleton, Colorado, but we also have remote services, and we can get into your computer anywhere in the country. We have lots of people who utilize our services. All right, guys. Peace.